Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Revealing the Narc, and on this channel we dive deep into the intriguing world of narcissism. I'll often use public figures as examples to illustrate how these behaviors can manifest in real life. If this sounds interesting to you, please like and subscribe. And I should mention, everything I say in this video is my opinion, and any theories and hypotheticals, these are all allegedly. I also want to clarify that I am not a therapist, and the content shared on this channel is not intended as professional advice. My goal is to share my perspective and encourage discussion. So let's get into this video. I want to talk about this article that was published today, October 21st, 2024, and it's titled, Megan Markle Married to Number 2 Prince Harry Realized she'd always be a cog in the wheel in royal family. So I didn't see this in mainstream media or mainstream publications. I think this was published in The Mint, which I hadn't heard of before, but the title, it got my attention, and I'm sure if you stumbled upon an article with this title, you'd be really interested too. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's tour of Australia in 2018 marked the beginning of problems in Meghan's relationship with the royal family. Royal commentator Ingrid Seward made this observation as King Charles started his visit to Australia and Samoa. Just to put this into perspective, Harry and Meghan went to Australia in October of 2018, right after Princess Eugenie's wedding, and they actually announced their pregnancy while they were in Australia. So this is about 5 months into their marriage, and it's the very first announcement of Meghan being pregnant. Assuming Archie was born on May 6th and was born on time and not early or not late, this would make Meghan about 2 months pregnant. Seward shared that the 2018 tour was the high point of Meghan's time as a working royal. During the trip, Meghan announced her pregnancy, which impressed the Australians. Seward remarked that both Harry and Meghan appeared young and fresh. They played their roles well. After seeing how well they were received, the late Queen had high hopes for the couple's contribution to the Commonwealth. So I have to say that this should have made Meghan feel so good that all she had to do was get pregnant and people would be so happy for her. Honestly, how could she doubt that the people loved her? They were so excited when she announced her pregnancy. The article continues. However, according to Seward, Meghan might have had different feelings about the trip. Although she enjoyed the public attention and the role of a princess, the experience was a bit of a surprise for her. She was being told what to do, she was being told where to go, and she was being told how to do it, and she wasn't taking a starring role, the Sun quoted Seward as saying. According to the Insider, it was an eye-opener for the Duchess of Sussex that she would always be just going to be the cog in the wheel. Isn't that part of being in the royal family? When you are part of a team, aren't you just essentially a cog in the wheel? Your contributions are important, but you're just a small part of the organization. And now here's the thing. You don't want someone to be the breaking point in an organization. You don't want there to be an area for failure, because putting that kind of dependency on one person is far too much, because if that one person fails, then the organization fails. You need it to be a strong organization balanced among people where contributions are equally respected. Now, granted, some jobs might be more important than others, or some might be contributing more than others, but overall, everyone is contributing to the same goal, and because of this, everyone is just a cog in the wheel. And honestly, Meghan saying that she was surprised and this was an eye-opener, that is so surprising to me, because she had done so many events prior to getting married to Harry. How is this a surprise, being told where to stand, where to go? That's just what the job is. Maybe she hadn't traveled internationally. Actually, they did. They went to Canada a couple times. So I don't know why this would be such a surprise. To me, this sounds like an excuse to justify bad behavior. The article continues, she was married to the number 2 man, not the number 1 man, which would have been William. That was definitely when the rot began to sort of fester a little bit, Seward added. Well, there it is. And she should have known this, because hadn't they done several Commonwealth events? Hadn't she done Sandringham Christmas with them and gone to the church with them? She knew this all along. And in my opinion, she had the marriage done, and now she no longer had to go on with the charade. So she looked for excuses to try to get out of it. And I mean, I can imagine she constantly complaining to Harry on that trip, maybe even saying look, I'm pregnant and look at what I have to deal with, it's just too much. And all of this is allegedly, and we know all about the pregnancy allegedly, but yeah, there was probably so much going on behind the scenes. If this reporter knew how unhappy Megan was, imagine what was happening when there was nobody to be a witness. The article continues, King Charles's Australia trip. However, King Charles is unlikely to think about Harry and Meghan during his current visit to Australia, according to Seward. She mentioned that Charles would focus on his duties and might only reflect on past visits by his parents, not his son and daughter-in-law. He's there to do a job, and he will do it to the very best of his ability, which will be brilliant. I don't think Meghan and Harry are going to play any kind of part in this at all, she said. So this is where the article ends. And I mean, I think Harry and Meghan are just an afterthought now to the royal family in terms of their work. I'm sure King Charles still loves his son, but he probably feels his son is lost. If I'm not mistaken, this is also the tour that she threw hot tea at someone, allegedly. I found a couple of news clippings, so let's look at them now. I found this article in OK Magazine titled Megan Markle Threw Tea in Anger While Queen Elizabeth Snubbed Request, and it's based off of reports from Tom Bower's book Revenge. And then I also looked up Cora to find out some more details, and this is what I found. The question on Cora is, why did Meghan Markle throw tea at a staff member in Admiralty House, Australia? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And there's a little clip that says it was because one of the staff members found her moon bump, which I've done videos of that moon bump before. It looks too large to me. Of course, that's allegedly, and it's just my opinion. Okay, what I'm going to read to you now, I had to do a double take, and I did some research, and I could not find any information to confirm it, but it goes on to say, there's a new rumor circulating about Meghan Markle's Australia tour, suggesting that she threw tea at a staff member after they discovered her fake pregnancy bump. Markle News One on Instagram shared a comment from a Twitter user who expressed frustration with the press for not revealing the truth about Harry and Meghan's tour. The comment shed light on the unique way chocolate is made in Australia due to the country's heat, which could explain why the glue used to attach the fake moon bump melted and caused the infamous tea-throwing incident at Admiralty House. See full story in my comment. So I didn't click on the comment because I get nervous, but I did click on, or not that I clicked, I did read one other comment, and I'll show that to you all soon. But I've never heard of this. I was just looking, and I went to Markle News One on Instagram, and I couldn't find anything about it. The only thing that I can gather from this is that they're trying to say that it's very hot in Australia, and that's why the adhesive melted, and someone caught the moon bump, and she got mad and threw the tea. If any of you have any information on this, please leave a comment. All of this is allegedly, and I'm just curious what other people have heard. And one of the first comments on this Cora post said supposedly she did. It was on the tour of Australia. The staff member was paid $250,000 for their trouble. Not sure if it's true, only heard about it much later, maybe false. I can't imagine even Harry would find this acceptable. So I'm curious what you all think about this. Because I think it was written about in Tom Bower's Revenge, I'll do a separate video talking about what Tom Bower said exactly about this incident. But I am curious about what you all think, so please leave it in the comments. If this was interesting to you, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you all soon. Goodbye.